what I thought of Cretaceous Season 3, aka my review. Warning, as you probably know, spoilers ahead. My theories, were they true? Before this new season came out, I had quite a few theories on what was going to go down, and like I bet how many people thought they would have to leave Bubby on the island, like what I talked about in my last video. From reading the info of the episode, I could tell my theories were going to be true because the first episode said that Ben was worried about leaving Bubby behind. In the first episode, the kids get off the island on a raft and then Bubby comes and Ben looks at her worried and wondering if he's making the right decision. But from what we know of the trailers, they didn't exactly get off the island yet and Ben and Bubby are still together. I also got another theory about these two that is coming up next. Another theory I had about these two, specifically Ben, was that Ben couldn't have the heart to leave Bubby behind and wanted to stay on the island with her. I came up with that theory when I saw a released picture of Ben riding Bubby alongside her own kind and he looked just so feral and free. That theory became true when Ben was telling Darius he wanted to stay on the island and Darius was stopping him, thinking that was crazy. He trying to force him to come with him and trying to talk some sense into him, and it ended up in a fight between the two. The reason why Darius was like this to Ben and didn't trust him is because Darius didn't want to abandon Ben again, if you remember what happened at the end of season 1. Later on in the season, the moment everyone knew was coming, my theory was where they had to leave Bubby behind on the island. Back to the first episode, Darius knew Ben was worried about stuff and then Ben confessed that he was worried about leaving Bubby on the island all alone. Darius suggested that they could build a bigger raft for Bubby, but Ben said that Bubby would never fit on the raft. If she was still a baby, the chances would be higher, but since she's a nearly full-grown dinosaur, there's no chance she would fit on the raft. They did find a ship that Bubby could technically fit on, but Ben was still wondering about it all and discovered that she won't be alone when she met the same species as her. And that herd of the same species was able to protect her better than Ben when E750 attacked them. So Ben decided to let Bubby go, and as the moment everyone saw coming was Bubby's emotional goodbye. Like I mentioned in my last video, hopefully she survives in Fallen Kingdom. Also, before I move on to my next thing, does Ben slowly taking his hand off Bubby remind anyone of when Hiccup said goodbye to Toothless? My thoughts and likes. I liked how Blue had a bigger role than the cameo role in this season. I had a theory that Darius was going to use that raptor collar to call Blue for help like in his VR game. Even though that didn't happen, I was still happy to see her, and who knows, maybe that will happen in season 4 since they now know each other. Also, with the way Darius lifted his hand to her in mercy to keep her calm and stop her from attacking them, with the look on her face she had to him, I think it reminded her of Owen, since he did a similar move. One of the things I found quite interesting and liked was the new hybrid, the Scorpius Rex. This thing was just so cool, interesting, scary, and in other words, just such a dangerous monster. And the thing that people found such a plot twist was that there was 2 of them. And one of the things that gives the dinosaur this name, where people might think it sounds like a scorpion, is because it got venomous quills. And this thing can also climb trees and detect your body heat like a snake, so this is quite a dangerous dinosaur. Should I even call it that because it's such a monster? Definitely too dangerous to be let loose in the wild with other dinosaurs, that's for sure. The only thing that can stop this creature is fire, since it seems like fire hypnotizes it. It's probably this whole snake heat thing, this fire definitely got a lot of heat and that's what it sees. So if you're ever on this island with such a dangerous thing, make sure to have a few matches with you. Another thing I liked in this new season was when Kenji was forced to moo like a cow after Sammy was poisoned. I found that quite funny. And you should all know, no, I did not find Sammy being poisoned funny, just the whole Kenji cow thing. Another thing I liked was how they put the beginning of Fallen Kingdom in there. I half knew about it and half didn't know, so it was a nice surprise when I heard the line, "Green One, I'm closing the gates." I think when you know about movies, you don't forget about that kind of line and what movie it's from. And the bit where the guy was in danger of being eaten by a T-Rex, the kids were watching, and when it looked like he was safe, Kenji said, "Lucky guy." Too bad he wasn't so lucky since he got eaten by a Mosasaurus. Next time when you're dangling from a helicopter ladder, make sure to get in the helicopter quick before another dinosaur attacks, because the island is full of them after all. At the end of the season, the kids finally get off the island, but they're not out the woods yet, so Stubborn's on the ship with them. People have many theories of what it could be, and to me it sounds like a velociraptor, so it could be blue, but who knows? We'll just have to wait till season 4 comes out, which I'm sure they will do because of this cliffhanger after all. And also, they haven't reached their homes yet, so we still have to see if they manage to get back home without any other danger. And if you know a Jurassic movie, that's nearly impossible. Is there anything I didn't like? I wouldn't say I didn't like it, but I just found the third episode not as good as the others. It was okay and it has some good stuff, but I just wouldn't call it my favourite episode. One of the things I did like about the episode though was that new dinosaur, don't really know the name. They basically seemed curious at first and then out of nowhere decided to attack the kids. Darius knew it was a carnivore, but since there was only one of them it seems, he thought it would hurt them. He was definitely wrong and didn't know there was a pack hiding by. Apart from this episode not really being my favourite, it's not exactly anything I disliked about the season. It was quite a good season. Not really sure which season I would call my favourite though, since I disliked the whole show really. Anyway, that will do it for this video. Thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.